worst concert I've ever seen. And that's not just because I don't like her. Some people just can't accept the fact that their time is past. And so they're using all these young girls. Nicki, let me just say her name. Political. Nicki's using all these young girls to be able to leverage their name because she fell off.
Who would have imagined Jason Lee and Nicki Minaj actually agreeing on something after years of dragging each other online? Their feud became so intense that back in September 2023, Jason made a claim that quickly went viral. He suggested that Nicki and her husband were allegedly trying to have him gone for good. He said he had proof and even stated he was prepared to take everything to the district attorney if necessary. That shows just how deep their conflict appeared to be at the time. Jason and Nicki have gone back and forth for years, but in this industry, alliances can shift fast. Lately, there's been speculation that the two may be finding unexpected common ground, and some believe that common ground could involve their shared criticism of Jay-Z.
Nicki to be the queen that she could be. I want her to be respected and regarded the way that she deserves to be for her talent. But, nonetheless, you gotta own what you own.
In entertainment circles, people often say it's rarely personal and mostly business. And some observers think this could be one of those strategic moments where former rivals recognize a mutual interest. Jason Lee has consistently positioned himself as someone willing to challenge what he calls the industry gatekeepers, and Jay-Z has frequently come up in those conversations. On his podcast, Jason has made a number of bold statements that reportedly caused tension with the Carters. At one point, he claimed that individuals connected to Jay-Z were contacting him behind the scenes, allegedly pressuring him to stop speaking publicly. He addressed it directly, saying Jay-Z should call him personally instead of having others reach out, emphasizing that whatever was happening was only drawing more attention online. He also added that if anything were to happen to him, the calls he had been receiving were connected to that situation. That statement immediately sparked intense reactions. It marked the first time Jason publicly framed himself as a potential target of what he described as the Roc Nation machine, a system that Nicki has also alluded to on social media in the past. Around that time, some fans began noticing what they interpreted as Jason gradually aligning himself with others who have voiced criticism of Jay-Z and Roc Nation, including Jaguar Wright and, unexpectedly, Nicki Minaj. From that point on, the narrative surrounding all of them became even more charged. Speculation about a possible peace moment between Nicki Minaj and Jason Lee seemed to intensify after Jay-Z made a decision that stirred major conversation across the industry. When Kendrick Lamar was selected for the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show and Lil Wayne was not chosen, social media erupted with debate. Nicki openly expressed frustration, making her feelings clear to her audience. What caught many observers off guard, though, was Jason's response. Instead of criticizing her the way he had in the past, he shifted his commentary toward broader discussions about industry gatekeeping and how decisions at the top can shape narratives. Some viewers felt his tone toward Nicki was noticeably less combative than before. Not long before that, Jason had been openly critical of her. During the Deport Nicki #wave, he joined the online discourse, questioning her political commentary and suggesting she had an unusual fixation on Diddy following her post-Grammy reactions.
Nicki is obsessed with this, right? She says Chrissy Teigen has one. She's called me a she's called Don Lemon a I don't know what her obsession with are. But, here's the deal. I'm not thinking of Nicki Minaj today. I think that what she's doing, just the troping, the continuous disregard for the LGBT community, for her fans, for humanity, for everybody, it's an embarrassment to the culture. So I'm not really thinking of Nicki. And I think Billy Porter told my reporter the other day on the red carpet exactly how.
Because of that recent tension, his apparent shift in tone surprised many who had grown used to their public back and forth. By late 2025 and into early 2026, listeners began pointing out what they saw as a broader change in Jason's framing. Rather than focusing on personal attacks, he began presenting a larger narrative, one in which Nicki was being positioned, in his view, as someone navigating a power structure dominated by influential figures. On his podcast, he discussed her controversial moments as actions that could be interpreted as coming from an artist who feels excluded from certain inner circles, sometimes referencing names like Jay-Z in that context. More recently, Jason has continued speaking critically about what he describes as industry gatekeepers. At the same time, Nicki has publicly voiced similar frustrations, suggesting that powerful figures, including Jay-Z, have influenced industry dynamics in ways she believes have worked against her, while supporting artists such as Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion instead. Nicki also publicly criticized Jay-Z and the platform Tidal, alleging that there had been an attempt to quiet her with financial incentives, referencing a reported $1 million offer. She said she wanted to clarify her position regarding the Tidal sale and accused Jay-Z and Steve Stout of misrepresenting her involvement. She further claimed that Jay-Z had quietly supported Megan Thee Stallion's track Hiss in a strategic way to ensure it outperformed Bigfoot. These statements added even more fuel to an already heated industry debate. More recently, Nicki Minaj has continued suggesting that she believes she is facing professional obstruction from powerful figures connected to Jay-Z's circle. She implied that this could be a factor in why she has delayed releasing new music. According to her public comments, she also feels there has been an effort behind the scenes to interfere with her personal life, including claims that individuals have attempted to create division in her marriage to Kenneth Petty through misinformation and influence from what she described as friends in high places. Those are significant allegations and have sparked intense online discussion.
She has been through some trauma and some of with Roc Nation, with Dearie Perez, with other individuals. What I can say about that is I've witnessed and heard a lot of things. Again, is hearsay, right? So it doesn't even matter. And that's why I'm not even going to go into detail with that. If I have the opportunity to speak with Nicki, would love to connect with her on that. But I've kind of seen, just like you firsthand, how they've they've abused her. They've abused of her platform. They have her talents. They've abused of her freedom of speech. They've her family. They've attacked her husband. They've attacked her child. And it's sad. It's really sad. Somebody so resourceful, talented, high profile as Nicki Minaj being targeted. It should really scare the American people. It should really scare you guys too, right? Because I'm the daughter. So it's like, at this point, if it's happening to me, I think she's really outspoken, and I'm grateful that she's being outspoken on it, because I think she's almost seeing it like, well, it happened to me, it's happening to her, let me speak up on it. Nobody is safe right now.
Nicki has additionally argued that her social media visibility has been intentionally restricted. She shared screenshots indicating that certain platform features, including her likes, had disappeared, and reposted messages from supporters who said their posts were experiencing unusual glitches or removals on the same platform she uses. She has framed this as what she believes to be a coordinated effort to limit her reach and undermine her public voice. The situation escalated further when Nicki reposted an interview featuring Dearie Hadley, the estranged daughter of Dearie Perez, the chief executive of Roc Nation. In that interview, Dearie, who is currently involved in legal action against her mother over claims related to an alleged involuntary commitment, made her own series of allegations. She asserted that Roc Nation had not only targeted her, but had also worked against Nicki, claiming the company attempted to undermine her career and restrict her ability to speak freely. Dearie went even further, alleging that Roc Nation targeted Nicki's family as well, including claims involving her husband and even her child. She suggested that, in her view, what Nicki is experiencing should concern the public on a much broader level. Those statements were widely circulated online, and supporters argued that if any part of these allegations were true, the situation would extend far beyond typical music industry rivalries or business disputes. At the same time, a growing theory online suggests that Jason Lee and Nicki Minaj may be strategically aligning behind the scenes in response to what they both describe as industry power dynamics linked to Jay-Z. Some observers believe their reduced public hostility could indicate a calculated shift rather than coincidence. Where there was once constant friction, there is now noticeable restraint, and that change has fueled speculation that something more deliberate may be unfolding. Online whispers have gone even further, with some claiming that Jason has privately suggested that Jay-Z and Beyoncé were involved in efforts to professionally undermine Nicki. These are serious and unverified allegations, and they remain part of internet discourse rather than established fact. Still, supporters argue that similar narratives about the couple's influence in the industry have circulated before, which is why the conversation continues to gain traction in certain corners online. Some fans have revisited past examples they believe reflect patterns within the industry, including the case of Blue Cantrell. In the early 2000s, she was seen as a rising powerhouse, with major labels competing to sign her and significant commercial momentum behind her releases. Then, in 2004, her contract with Arista Records was reportedly not renewed. a decision that puzzled many observers at the time. Supporters questioned how an artist with visible success could seemingly lose label backing so abruptly. Blue later spoke publicly about feeling that the financial returns during her contract did not fully reflect her level of success. In an interview with You Know I Got Soul, she expressed that she wished she had received more guidance while navigating the industry. Over time, her visibility declined, and in 2012, reports surfaced that she had been taken to a Santa Monica hospital for a psychological evaluation following a public incident. Fans were left speculating about what may have happened behind the scenes, though no direct evidence has ever conclusively linked her career trajectory to the larger industry narratives currently being discussed. With the alleged shift between Jason Lee and Nicki Minaj gaining attention and older industry stories resurfacing, some observers have begun questioning how influential certain power structures in entertainment might really be. Regarding Blue Cantrell, reports from that period state that police responded after she was seen in the street shouting that someone was attempting to harm her by pumping gas into her residence. The situation was described as chaotic enough that bystanders contacted emergency services. It was a troubling moment that led many fans to speculate about what may have contributed to her distress.
I think they're in love.
Is politics speaking?
No, I really do think they're in love. I have a big crush on him now. I'll tell you that much.
Did you
Still have a crush on him now.
Yes,
No,
you did.
no, I didn't. No, I'm really selective about it.
What?
Really. I really like him though. And I don't care who he's dating. I always had a crush on him though.
If he came in right now and we were all not here.
What?
I'm just saying, you're in New York.
Yeah, okay. And what
If you ran into him and everything was right, would you make that play?
I wouldn't turn it down. Let's just put it that way.
In the aftermath, online conversations began suggesting that her career decline could have been tied to rumored tensions involving Beyoncé, allegedly connected to speculation about Jay-Z showing interest in her. These claims, however, have remained part of rumor cycles rather than verified accounts. There were also long-standing rumors suggesting that Jay-Z and Blue may have shared a private relationship, though Blue directly denied that anything ever happened between them when questioned publicly. During an appearance with Wendy Williams, she did acknowledge that she once had a crush on Jay-Z, which further fueled online chatter at the time. Some fans later pointed to the timing of those rumors alongside the slowdown of her career, though no concrete evidence has ever established a direct connection. Blue is not the only artist frequently mentioned in these broader discussions. Mia is another name that often surfaces. She emerged as a major force in the late 1990s, releasing her debut album under Interscope Records in 1998, followed by Fear of Flying and Mood Ring. In the United States alone, she sold more than 3 million albums and received multiple award nominations, including recognition from the Grammys. At the height of her run, her singles performed strongly on the charts, and she was widely viewed as one of the leading artists of her era. But then, over time, things appeared to slow down. Similar to Blue Cantrell, Mia experienced a shift in visibility after rumors circulated that she and Jay-Z may have grown close while working on the remix of her track Best of Me. Some online commentators later speculated that behind-the-scenes tensions may have played a role in how her career unfolded, with certain voices suggesting that any perceived fallout with the Carters could have affected opportunities. However, those claims have remained speculative and have never been substantiated with confirmed evidence. Over the years, internet discussions have continued expanding that narrative, with some fans claiming that other artists were also sidelined after alleged conflicts with the Carters. Supporters who believe this theory argue that they see a pattern, while critics counter that the music industry is complex and career trajectories shift for many reasons. Still, the perception of a pattern has gained traction in certain online communities. Names frequently mentioned in these conversations include Amiri, Taira Mari, MIA, Carrie Hilson, and even Rihanna. Each of these artists has, at different points, been rumored online to have had tensions within powerful industry circles connected to the Carters. These narratives align with the broader theme Nicki has been voicing for years, that she believes her own career faced professional obstacles linked to Jay-Z's influence. More recently, Nicki escalated her rhetoric by making a series of serious and unverified claims. She suggested that certain high-level industry figures, including Jay-Z, engage in questionable practices to maintain power. She also referenced the age difference between Jay-Z and Aaliyah, and implied that his relationship with Beyoncé may have begun when she was underage. an allegation that has circulated online for years but has not been legally proven. Additionally, Nicki shared a meme featuring Jay-Z, Aaliyah, and Beyoncé with a politically charged caption, which quickly sparked widespread reaction across social media. What makes the situation particularly interesting to observers is the suggestion that Jason Lee may recognize how viral and powerful the Jay-Z gatekeeping narrative has become. Despite years of criticizing Nicki, some speculate that Jason, as a media strategist, understands the impact of aligning with trending industry conversations. If he were to pivot and amplify similar critiques of the entertainment power structure that Nicki has been challenging, supporters believe it could represent one of the most consequential media moves of his career. Consider the timing. Nicki Minaj has been facing intense media scrutiny, particularly surrounding discussions about her personal life and the widely debated citizenship gold card controversy. Supporters argue that in moments like this, having a media platform willing to question powerful industry narratives could be strategically valuable. Jason Lee has built a reputation for being outspoken and direct, which is why some fans believe that if any form of alliance is developing, it could have significant impact. Observers have also pointed to what they interpret as a noticeable shift in tone. Where Jason once described Nicki in highly critical terms, some feel his recent commentary frames her more as an artist navigating a complex power structure. Hypothetically, if Nicki were to give a comprehensive interview addressing these ongoing industry debates and chose to do so on Hollywood Unlocked, many believe it would generate enormous online reaction. At the same time, it is important not to overstate the situation. Jason has continued to criticize Nicki on certain issues, including her controversial statements and online behavior, even into early 2026. While both have voiced concerns about dynamics connected to Roc Nation, that does not necessarily indicate a full reconciliation or partnership. Still, speculation persists. Some wonder whether these reduced public tensions signal the early stages of a strategic alignment involving Nicki, Jason, and their shared critiques of figures such as Jay-Z. Others see it simply as another cycle in the fast-moving world of online entertainment discourse. What do you think? Is this the beginning of an unexpected media alignment, or just another wave of internet speculation? Share your thoughts below and stay tuned, because this conversation is clearly still evolving.